Guys, what's going on? Welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are on the road to 1k subscribers, which we're trying to get to by the end of the year. So subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. So today's going to be a little bit of a different video. You've seen by the title, you've seen by the thumbnail. We're going to rank all Leeds United's 10 transfers into this ranking system. And basically what I have come up with the tiers is this. So I've got top signing here, then we've got great signing, then we've got all right signing, and then we got the why sign him. So it's more like, so the top signings, the top players that I think will be top, and then you got the great signings of like, they should be good. This is also based off the first couple of games of the season as well. I've taken that into account with how I felt at the time of signing the player. So when we signed the player, how I felt at the time, along with how they've started the season. So I've got both of them in that kind of way. And I think we should go in order from when we did sign them. So let's start off with the top. We signed Lucas Mecha. Where is he? We signed Lucas Mecha on a free. And where would I put him? For me, I'm going to put him... This is actually a difficult one for me. It's either all right signing or great signing. Oh, okay. For me, I'm going to put him at... That might be too high, but you know, I'm going to say great signing. I'm going to back him. I'm going to say great signing because with what I've seen at the start of the season for someone that we spent no money on and he was on a free, his hold-up play is very good. How he combines with the two wingers look very good against Newcastle. I was happy when we first signed him, you know, bring in some extra bodies that you do need early on in the window, bang, get a free straight away. Good signing early in the season. Early in the transfer window, sorry. You know, the first signing we made, that's a good start, getting him in, and I've liked him so far this season. I've liked what I saw with him against Newcastle, especially. I thought it was very good, and I thought that kind of makes me say, you should be our number 9 for the time being, because that could change depending on how he performs. He got the only goal for us this season in the league, which was the penalty against Everton. Beautiful slotted penalty to get us the first win of the season, and at the moment, I've really liked him. When we first signed him, I was happy with the signing. So, yeah, for me, it goes into great signing. And next up, we've got, after Lucas Mecha, we've got Bornau. We've got Bornau for 5.13 million. So we signed him for 5.13 million. There he is. And I'm going to say all right signing because I'm putting him in all right signing because he's a backup. He's not there to be a starting. He's not there to be our starter at centre-back. He's there to be a backup in case we go through an injury crisis at some point this season. We've already had Rodon get injured for Wales. He's going to be good for the next game, which is great. You know, with what we've heard, he's going to be available for the next game, which is great. But that's the thing. You're going to get injuries throughout the season, especially in the Premier League. You're going to get a bunch of injuries. And Bornau, I was not impressed with him at all against Sheffield Wednesday. But he is a backup, so that when a player comes in as the backup signing and they don't perform well, I'm going to be a bit less harsh on them because they're not here to be the starter, they're here to be the backup. I'm fine with the signing of Bornau, and that's why it's an alright signing. It's not like, oh, why'd we sign him? Because we did need some quality in depth. We did need depth at centre-back, so I'm happy with the signing for that reason. So yeah, that's going to be it for Bornau. The next one we got is Yaka Biol, which we signed for £15 million. Now, with Yaka Biol, I'm a bit worried about him. I'm not gonna lie. There he is. I'm a bit worried about him. At the moment, I'm gonna put him at top signing. I think I'm gonna redo this in the new year, and we're gonna basically do this again and just see where I'd put each player based off how good their season's gone, and we'll see if this is correct. But I'll still put him at top, even though I thought he was very poor against Sheffield Wednesday. I know some people have said he was good and he was all right. I thought he was poor against Sheffield Wednesday, and for someone who's coming for 15 million to be our starter, that's why I was fine with Strauch starting against Newcastle, because I didn't think Biol did enough to deserve a start against Newcastle because he was poor against Wednesday. So I don't think he deserved a start, which is why I was happy to see Strauch continue being the starting centre-back next to Rodon. I think Biol is going to get his chance to start. Hopefully it's soon because I want to see how good he is, but it just made me a bit worried that I think he was a bit of a bomb scare. I've said this, he was a bomb scare in my opinion against Sheffield Wednesday. I know a couple of people, I've seen people say things like he was all right. I wasn't impressed, but I am still going to put him at top signing because when we first signed him, I was very happy with the signing, very impressed that we're able to get him over the line. Think he's going to be a very good defender for us over the course of the season, so that's why he's still in top signing. Just a little bit of worries for me with that performance, that's all. But yeah, so the next signing that we did make after that was Gabriel Goodmanson for 10 million, and I mean, there's nowhere else to put him. Top signing. When we first signed him, I was very happy with the signing after the start of the season and how he's played, and he's probably been our best player this season so far over the course of the first 3 games of the Premier League season. He has definitely been our best player, so I am very happy with the signing. He's been our best player this season so far. I like him defensively. He's solid defensively. He's good going forward. And yeah, I think he's going to create a bunch of goals this season. I think he's going to score a couple himself as well this season. I'm very excited to see him continue his form because, I mean, he's played very well to start the season. Hopefully he can continue, and hopefully it's not one of those things where the player starts the season really well and then drops off. You know, that happened with Brendan Aronson, if you remember the last time we were in the Premier League, where the season started and we're like, oh my God, this guy's a baller, you know, and then look what happened. But hopefully that doesn't happen with Goodmanson, and I've liked what I've seen so far from Gabriel Goodmanson in that left-back position defensively and on the attack in both sides, which recently we haven't been able to really say that. You know, with Firpo, we're like, yeah, very good going forward, defensively shaky. You know, we've always said that about our fullbacks. Going forward, they're brilliant, but defensively, they're a bit shaky. But I've really liked Gabriel Goodmanson in both areas of the pitch, defensively and in attack. So yeah, I think he could be, honestly, he could be the player of the season, but come the end of the season, that's how impressed I've been with the start of his performances so far. So the next player we did sign was Sean Longstaff. And I remember being happy at the time, like really happy at the time that we were able to get this over the line. He's a player that I did want us to sign. When we were linked with him, he's a player that I was like, oh, I hope we get this over the line. Because the experience. And I mean, that performance against Newcastle, man of the match performance against Newcastle. As someone who's come in to be, I wouldn't call him a backup, I'd call him competition. To be competition for Stack and Tanaka, to be competition for those 8 positions. And Longstaff, for me, has really given himself a chance. If he continues playing like this, does Tanaka get back in the team when he comes back? If Longstaff continues to play the way he played against Newcastle, when Tanaka comes back and he's available, does he start? Because there's that question to me. I'm questioning it. Like, if he continues playing like this, I wouldn't drop him. And I think Tanaka would have to earn his way back into the team. Very happy with the signing originally as well. You know, someone who's been in the relegation battles before. He's been from relegation battles all the way to Champions League, scoring against PSG. He's been at both sides of the table, you know, so he has that experience in a relegation battle. And so I'm happy with the signing. I think he'll have a good season as well. I think he's going to be very good for us this season, whether that is him as a starter or him off the bench or as a backup. I think he's going to have a good season. When he's called upon, he's going to do his job. That's the type of player he is for me. When he's called upon, and he has to be called upon, he's going to do his job and do it well. And yeah, I'm very excited to see how he does the rest of the season. As I said, whether that's off the bench or starting, I think he'll have good performances in both aspects. And yeah, I'm happy with the signing of Sean Longstaff. The next signing we did make was Anton Stack for 17.4 million. Now, for me, Anton Stack has been the second. Oh, what just happened? Wait, what the hell just happened? Okay, wow, that's okay, this is messed up, but that's Anton. Oh, there we go. There's Anton Stack. There he is. His head just disappeared, but there's back. Anton Stack, for me, has been the second best player this season so far behind Goodmanson. Great signing, top signing. We spent a bit of money on him, you know, with the signing of 17.4 million, but it looks like it's been worth it so far. Because, yeah, I've been really excited with the signing. I've been happy with the signing. I was happy when we originally did sign him, and his performances this season have started off very well. Hopefully he can continue that, especially the opening day against Everton. He was the best player on the pitch and my man of the match, and, yeah, happy with his performance so far, and hopefully he can continue that for the rest of the season. So, yeah, Anton Stack, for me, goes into top signing. Next up was Lucas Perry, and we needed a goalkeeper that could stop. I don't care about his distribution. We needed a keeper who could stop. I'm going to say great signing based off the fact of, in my opinion, we needed a everyone's opinion, we needed a goalkeeper. So that's why he's going to go in great signing. He's good at saving shots. His distribution can improve, and Daniel Farke even spoke on that about improving him in that aspect of his game, which hopefully he does improve a lot throughout the season, and maybe we'll see that throughout the season of him improving his distribution out, because, oh my God, some of the passing and some of the kicks out against Newcastle especially weren't great. He looks very shaky with the ball at his feet, and I do get worried when he gets pressed as well, that there's going to be times this season, I've said this already, that it looks like there are going to be times this season where he's going to have the ball at his feet, be a bit nervous, and then the attacker's going to take it off him and tap the ball in the back of the net, because he is a bit worrying with the ball at his feet. But good shot stopper, and that's all we needed at this division, and that's what I even said. You know, that's what I even said before we signed him. I said, All I want is a goalkeeper who can make saves. They can be poor with their distribution and poor at their feet. I just want someone who can make the saves, and that's what we've got in Lucas Perry. So I'm happy with the signing, and yeah, I think that's a good signing. And after that, we brought in DCL on a free. Now, I'm going to put him in the why sign him, and this has nothing to do with DCL. This has more got to do with the timing of the signing and what happened for the rest of the window. Because we signed DCL on a free, and I was fuming at the time originally when I first saw it. Then I kind of calmed down and went, okay, I'm fine with it. And now I'm a bit angry with it again, based off the fact of we didn't sign another striker. We didn't spend money on a striker. And we already had on a free injury prone in Lucas Mecha. So I don't know why we did it twice, you know. And I don't trust DCL to have a good season. I know people are picking him to score the goals, but I don't see it. Hopefully he does prove me wrong. I want him to prove me wrong and score 15 goals, but I just don't see it happening. It's one of the things where I just don't see happening. I hope it does. I hope I'm wrong completely, but he's more in there not because it's DCL, but because he was the second free signing as the striker. If we signed DCL early in the window and then Lucas Mecha was basically, if they swap when we signed them. So if we signed DCL when we signed Mecha and then Mecha when we signed DCL, Mecha would probably be at the bottom for me right now. Because of the fact of it's the exact same thing of injury prone on a free. You've not spent money on the striker. I'm more mad at the club for not spending money on the striker than Dominic Calvert-Lewin himself. But yeah, he goes there. Might be a bit harsh, but that's just my opinion on the signing of why not spend money on the striker? Because in my opinion, that would have been a better idea. And then after that, Noah Okafor was the next signing. Now, with Noah Okafor, which I think was 15 million, I haven't got the price written down for this one, but I think it was like 15 million. The problem with this is I just feel like it fell into the club's lap. I'm happy with the signing, and I'm going to say he's an all right signing based off what I've seen. I'm a bit worried. That's why. Because we did sign him, and I think this kind of is just a sign that fell into the club's laps. I don't even know if he was on their shortlist. I think we just played them. He looked very good when we played them, and the club's like, is he available? Oh, he's available? Let's sign him. I know that's probably not true, but it just, the way the window went, it makes me feel like that it kind of just fell into their laps of, is he available? He looks good against us. Can we sign him? Well, yeah, we can. Let's get him. I just feel like that's how it went. Probably not, but just the way the transfer window goes, it went. It just feel like that's what happened. And yeah, actually, that's, what am I doing? That's Okafor. But yeah, I do think that's what actually happened. Now, I'm happy with the signing of Okafor if he can be good, because we do need a starting winger, and Okafor needs to be that. He's in all right signing so far, because I'm a bit worried with the price tag of 15 million for yet another injury-prone attacker. Not only that, he's already had a little injury. He was poor against Sheffield Wednesday, in my opinion. I don't think he was good against Sheffield Wednesday at all. Like, people said, oh, he was good, but he did a couple of step-overs. He went like this and did a couple of step-overs, so people think he was good. I don't think he was good at all. But the thing with him, and then in the Arsenal game even, what did he do? Step over, step over, step over, left the ball 5 metres behind him. Like, I'm a bit worried with the signing, but I think he'll come good by the end of the season, and we'll be happy with him, and I think he'll go higher up on this list by the end of the season. But there is that bit of worry just early on in the season of how it's going. That's it. That's how I feel at the moment. And the final player that we did sign was James Justin, who I'm going to put in an alright signing because of two things. Firstly, he's a backup fullback. He's not going to start most games. He's Gabriel Goodmanson's backup. Fine. I would rather us be weaker at fullback position and spend that 10 million on the attack. That's my opinion. I would have rather us spent 10 million on the attack and be a bit lighter in defense. And that's just how I feel, because I think we need the attack more than the defense. I think the defense was way more stronger than the attack. But no, we decided to spend 10 million on James Justin. See, it's not on him. It's more on the club for spending the money on him instead of paying money for an attacker instead. The 10 million could have went on an attacker that could have improved the attack. I would have been fine with just having Byram as the backup. Yes, it makes your defense a bit weaker, but we make our attack better, which I think is more important at this stage. And at that stage even, it was way more important to upgrade the attack than upgrade the defense. So this is my tier list. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, what you would put. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new, because we are on the road to 1K subscribers. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.